They already seen.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because like you mentioned, you glossed over it when you were talking about it, but there are economic conditions related to probably why people didn't pick it up, and it's because it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those people, like I know they started with the $70 games back in the start of the PlayStation 5 generation, I think. They were finally like, this game's $70. I think it was Returnal was the first one. And I was like watching over there from Nintendo Switch land with my $60 games. I'm like, like I ain't down for fucking $70 games. And this one is, and I think that plays a huge part. Like pricing is something I think we'll get into more detail further down on this list. Because there was a big discussion around it related to Hollow Knight Silksong, but we're not going to get into that now. But that is a choice that they've made. The thing is, the whole $70 price tag narrative, a lot of people say, oh, especially the fucking companies doing it, they're like, games cost more to develop. And of course, inflation's a thing, so we have to pay our employees more to keep up with inflation. But the thing is, you're selling something that intrinsically has no specific value. Like, think about it, right? Like, when you buy a physical game, that has a specific price affiliated with it, right? The cost to ship it, the cost to produce the packaging, the cost to produce the cart and get everything on there. Like, there are legitimate costs that you have to bake in and consider when you consider pricing a physical product. When it's a digital product of a piece of art, or even like software, like Microsoft 360 or whatever, like they could price it whatever they want, because this is, at the end of the day, dude, right? At the end of the day, we're just buying digital files, right? What price they tack onto that digital file is totally, it's abstract. It's made up. Donkey Kong Bonanza, the digital version, doesn't have to be $70. It doesn't have to be. They could have been 60, like the physicals, $10 more because, again, of tariffs and any other packaging costs and stuff. And then the digital one's a little cheaper because of it. They didn't do that. And $70, I don't care what people say, like, oh, it's just inflation. Like, $70 is still a lot of money for a video game, a digital file. You're not even getting the packaging with the $70 digital purchase. You're getting a digital file that just exists on your little console, and that's it. And I think for something like that, I think they're gonna see over the course of just this generation that choice to go up to 70 was one that they didn't need to make, and probably one they shouldn't have. Because honestly, dude, the excuse that it's justified, like they needed to, is baloney. They are making record profits. They don't need to raise prices to cover costs, because they're making money. They're making money selling games at $60. They were making tons of it. They didn't need to raise it. They chose to, because they want to try and make more per purchase. There's no necessity to it. They didn't have to. Donkey Kong Bonanza and all these other first-party titles could continue to be $60 games. They'd still sell. You still get $60 at the end of the day. You still make a lot of money. So I don't like this whole discussion where people are like, oh, there's economic justification for it and stuff like that. I don't know. There isn't. They're one of the most profitable companies in Japan right now. I think they're in the top 10. And of course, the movie added like $1 billion to their treasure chest. But I think even without that, they'd still be in a fantastic place, because for the same reason Hollow Knight has made so much money and Silksong has made so much money, because they are just selling this digital product for pure profit. There's very little overhead related to the sale of a digital product. So when you're selling something people don't understand well, like Donkey Kong, because we've never had a Donkey Kong Bonanza game like before, so it's like I don't even know exactly what it feels and plays like, and you're charging people premium pricing for it to get into the door. Not even to try the demo a month early or something, just to get it. Like, yeah, I think a demo was important and should have been there from the start to convince people, hey, this isn't Mario, right? This Donkey Kong, he's climbing, he's destroying the environment. It's different, but it's still just as good. And this is going to roll into my other claim, which is that even then, even though I think demos are a really good thing, I do consider them a double-edged sword, because there are plenty of games out there still, even in the indie space and AAA space, that they don't release with demos, but it might not be the worst decision, because like for me, I know I've made my bed and I'm gonna sleep in it. I'm only gonna buy games I've tried beforehand, via demo or otherwise. But there are people who it's like, hey, there's a chance you play this demo, Scuff, and you're like, oh, actually, I don't care about that DK Island DLC, because I actually don't like how this game plays. For whatever reason, I don't like the gameplay loop. I don't like the controls. Maybe I don't like the performance of it. Maybe the performance is worse than it looks in the videos and stuff. So a demo can actually be a deterrent, where somebody who maybe would have bought a game without a demo once it went on sale or something, right, on their wish list, they're like, okay, it's, it looked cool. It got good reviews. It's $20-$40 now. I'll buy it. It can take someone who might have bought it because of vibes and because it's finally at the price they think is appropriate, to someone who won't buy it at all because they know for sure now, after playing a demo, actually, I'm not interested. I don't want this. This has happened to me a bunch of times. There's a bunch of demos I played where I'm like, oh shit, the game has a great art style, but it's really bad. Like, or, it's not something I enjoy, actually.
Yeah.
And now I put it in the trash pile. I'm like, I'm never going to look at this thing ever again. So there is a double-edged sword to it. And I think that played a part into why they didn't do that for their software, especially again, like if the game's succeeding, if it was succeeding, I guarantee you they wouldn't have put a demo, because they didn't put it for their other titles that sold extremely well.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things where it's like, it's a double-edged sword, but I think it's for the best, because it can convince someone who otherwise wouldn't have considered it at all to go in and get it, or in some rare instances, convince someone not to go in at all because they found out with the demo. Because there are bad demos out there. They put out some bad demos of their own that they're just not, they don't give you a good look at what the experience actually is. So you can put out good demos and you can put out a bad one. I think the good ones are the ones that let you go in really deep. Like there's one that not Nintendo, but it's on Switch for a game called 100 Line Last Defense Academy. And bro, I thought I got the game on accident for free or something, because that shit was like 10 hours long. Like I was playing and I kept waiting for it to go like, thank you for playing. Please consider pre-ordering or something like that. It never came up, dude. It just like kept going and going. And I was basically like creating sessions at the end of it where it's like, all right, it's the end of the day, time to play more 100 Line Last Defense, because I was getting like into it. I was getting committed. And then finally at a certain point it's like, thank you. And I was like, oh shit. Like I was like, this was a part of my routine. So it's like, yeah. And now I'm super stoked for that game. Like it won me over, and I had never experienced that developer's games before. And now I'm interested. I'm interested in their art style and their gameplay style. So it worked in its favor in that case. But yeah, that's the whole saga with Donkey Kong Bonanza's DLC and the demo. I guess we'll have to do a follow-up at some point. I kind of want to do these every 3 or 4 months. Just do like a little check-in, see where we're at, especially with this Switch 2's first launch year. I think another one of these would be interesting. Yeah. Maybe after the next Direct, because you are now... Did the demo finish downloading?
Oh, I already played for a bit, but I stopped because I don't want to obviously distract our little topic and stuff like that. But
did you actually get to play?
I was playing it for
dialogue.
No, not like. So do you want to know what the demo was? Like, it's
the intro, right, where he's working in the mines.
Yeah, you could literally play as much as you want in 30 minutes, and that's it.
No.
Yep. It says 30 minutes, and that's it.
Blood. Okay, tell me your impressions right now. Is that good demo design?
at least I would have got like at least I don't know what the game's about yet. I haven't gone deep dive yet. I just moved around, just understand the mechanics, the gameplay,
I
and
think it just starts with him breaking a wall, right? And
yeah,
he walks through it, and
he's in
you.
the cave and he's just breaking things like looking for gold, and then he finds a banana and stuff like that. But it literally says you have 30 minutes to play this game, and roam around as much as you can. So hey, 30 minutes. I'll try to do my best for 30 minutes, but yeah, that's crazy.
Jesus Christ. Oh my, never mind, dude. They're not good. They're not gonna learn. Oh my god, that's bad. They should just give you that first area. That's just the opening area, man.
Yeah,
We've seen all the layers that they have in that game. They can't even give you. Oh, they're so cheap. Oh my god. Oh, I consider that bad demo design. Bad job, Nintendo. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, at the very least, I don't know. How'd you like the controls?
it was very vibranty, but other than that, it felt good. Like I mean, the game was nice, smooth, very colorful. The character was quality looks good. The just the imaging was very good. But I don't know about 30 minutes though.
I can't believe that crap, bro. Like the interesting stuff happens in the gameplay footage they showed of like layer 3 or whatever they were showing at like the Switch event and stuff. Like not the opening area, like it's all brown and ugly there. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, oh, they could have just gave you one layer. One full layer to do everything because there's also like shrines in that game where it's like warps you to a little like space-time pocket dimension and you just do a little challenge thing like platforming or combat. Like there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in these levels. I don't think that first level has them. I don't think you're going to be able to experience it all in 30 minutes. Oh, what a stupid thing. Oh, I can't believe it. Okay,
And
so last question.
just to put it to the full blast, what's gonna lead up, I'm gonna tell you right now to my research right now, is Donkey Kong's Banana Sales. And I'm telling you this right now, it is not over $1 million, and that's not over a million sales of this moment right
Is that a guess or
now. No,
a
like I have the number, but it's not over a million.
where the fuck are you getting this number from?
I just searched it up and so it'll crumble up into like full like research and it'll give me the full like little paragraph and tell me what's about and stuff like that.
Oh, the AI overview?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it didn't say AR review, but pretty much that's essentially what it is telling me. So
And it says 1 million?
no, it's not even over a million. And we're talking about to the whole world, not just in a certain country. Right
Okay,
now,
so it's saying oh, go ahead, you
as
do
of
it.
as of Mario Kart World has significantly outperformed it with nearly 1.6 million copies sold in Japan as of August 22, compared to Donkey Kong Banana sales just under 2,700,000 units.
Oh, but that's just Japan then, right?
Um, see.
But man, but the thing with Mario Kart is it is a part of the bundle. You know, so that's a little different.
Yeah,
But still, like there's 7 million Switches out there roughly by now. I mean, it just keeps selling. So there might be at like 8, maybe even 10 at this point. Well, here's a Nintendo Life article that says it's selling like bananas, and this was as of August 27th in the US. It made the top 20 for 2025. Um, but I think Nintendo's kind of cagey, and sometimes we only get info for like the physical side or the digital side, but not both. So it doesn't include all sales. Um, it was the best selling Switch 2 game of August. So that's good. But let me see. I don't think we have hard numbers, and I don't know if we're going to get them. But that's the thing, dude. Tell me this. If this game had sold 2 million copies as of now, do you think they would have announced that or mentioned that somewhere in like the direct? They would have bragged about it a little bit, right?
yeah.
Like I think we'll find out for sure in like their next investor briefing or whatever. But yeah, I'm not surprised that it maybe isn't. Everybody loves it, and I'm not here to hate it either. I'm just saying, my theory is the demo exists because the sales don't exist, and they want the sales to exist, and they need to convince people. but it's not looking like it's. I mean, it's early days. They're playing the long, like, obviously, like, I mean, Breath of the Wild was special because that wasn't a pack-in. But dude, do you know what the attachment rate for that game was for like the first 2 months? It was like 1.2 copies per console. So it was selling more than the console itself.
That's great.
And that game, you know, we had to buy it separately. So that was a unmitigated success. The conditions are very different. Like the Switch had no games literally. It wasn't backwards compatible with Wii U. So that was kind of the only big thing you had. So of course, but also it's the greatest game of all time. So I don't blame people, but it was an unmitigated sales success. Like it was crazy. The numbers were insane. There was literally more copies of it being sold than Switches. That's not the case here with Donkey Kong.
But let me bring this up though, because like I mentioned earlier, some games it's gonna have a copy and paste with different characters. Found this article. It's because of the launch. Donkey Kong Bonanza sold less than half of Super Mario Odyssey at launch in the UK. Remember when I said that how this game could be just it's just literally a similar game, but just with a different character. It's crazy how showing this Donkey Kong Banana sold less than half of Super Mario Odyssey shows that this game tells you right here. It's just the same game with a different character. That's all it was.
I think that's a little bit reductive. Like, I think it's its own thing. Like, you can't destroy the environment in Mario Odyssey, but it is the same quality. I will say, you're right. From what all accounts I've heard, it is a special experience and worthy of winning Game of the Year, much like Odyssey was. It's a masterpiece level game. Yet, again, I think their hubris. I think that's the word. That's kind of the word that best describes, and I called this, remember, I called this during the Switch 1 or the Switch 2 reveal trailer. I said, I think the boosting of old games is in the cards. What I'm not sure, dude, you're saying there's no way they could charge people for that? I'm telling you, Nintendo's riding high right now. They're on top of the world. I wouldn't be surprised if they charge us a few bucks to update every first-party game for Switch 2 performance boosts. You're saying that's a no-go. They shouldn't do that. I'm saying get ready, buddy. That price tag might be higher than you expected, and they might start nickeling and diming in ways that people can only do when they're the fucking top dog, when they think they're too big to fail. I hope you're right. I hope that this is a beast of a handheld. It's running things at 60. They do free updates for old games that you're playing on Switch 2, and it's under $500. 450? We didn't talk 450. Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 is out in June. You got to get your Switch 2. It's 450. Are you doing it, or are you just borrowing Snake Man's instead?
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna have to get it for myself. So I mean, if I have to pay $450 total wise, then that's fine. But $550, that's different.
All right. Don't be surprised if this console's $450 instead of $400, like everybody was saying, or $500 even. And it is actually. They have a $500 version, but it comes with the game, because they're feeling strong, and their hubris is gonna take over. And it's going to translate to a lot of things and changes that we're not happy with. And I hope that, you know, they have learned in the past. Like the 3DS is one famous example where they launched it. It didn't sell well, and they gave it a significant price cut like a year or so later.
Yeah.
And did all this other stuff. I don't think that's going to happen with Switch 2. I don't think we're talking about a disaster here. It's clearly selling great, you know. But I think there is an issue to be had with that $70 price. I think they misunderstood the fact that everybody else was moving to 70, and maybe that they needed to, or that for whatever reason, you know, the new head of Nintendo is an accountant. He's not Iwata. Mr. Iwata was a gamer at heart. He was literally in the trenches. I think he worked with Sakurai even as a programmer, like, and helped them on, this is paraphrasing, so it's not accurate, but I think he helped Sakurai with some of the issues he was having with like Smash Brothers. Like literally he went in there and coded and did some programming magic to get it working right. And he was the leader before, and things the message here is it feels like a different Nintendo because it is. The Switch came out after Sakurai died, but it was still his console. It was the last console he launched. And everything about the Switch 1 generation speaks to that. But baby, we're under new management. And this fucking guy, the new president or CEO, whatever, he's an accountant. Straight up. He's just an accountant. And I think he's just it's kind of playing out that way. Like the fish is rotting the way it is. I don't think it's rotting. That's going too far, but like his leadership is being felt. This is new management and things feel different, and they felt different for me and a lot of other people for a while now, since even before it launched. Like all the leaks about the Switch 2 late last year, the way they revealed it, we talked about it a bunch when it happened. The reveal trailer was like worse than the Switch 1 reveal. It was super dry and stuff, and things have just been strange. But maybe even these just goddamn hard-headed financial types can learn, and they do. They know one thing. They only really understand one thing, and it's money and profits and quarter to quarter earnings. And they probably don't like what they saw with Donkey Kong, and maybe I don't think we see the prices change for these premium first party titles from 70 to 60, but maybe we'll see little bits of give in the decisions they make and stuff. Like, I'm surprised I'm not surprised. We won't go into Dragon Drive. It wasn't mentioned here. But at least they did a global network test for that. Even though they probably knew themselves too that game does not present well. It looks very tiring to play. I didn't get the chance to, but I don't think it made a good impression either during its demo period. But yeah, let's just go into the last question related to this. So they've got a demo here. I think we both agree it's not a good demo for Donkey Kong. But what do you think? Do you think they're gonna release more demos now for their games at launch or near launch of them? And should they do that?
There is pros and cons with this, and I'll say that. One, pros, they want to see, like, they done this already with, I don't know if they did with Donkey Kong, but I know like they did Mario Kart and Metroid Prime 4, when they showed the Switch 2, and that was playable to play out the Mario Kart and Metroid Prime 4. I'm pretty sure other games too. It could be with Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I could be wrong though. But I'm not sure with that info. But there is pros and cons with this. Pros, people will like the game. Cons, people will not like it. And but
so what do you think? Do you think they will start doing this more often?
and they should, but they will see the pros and cons. They have to, because if they're not gonna show, like, yes, their presentations, it's all about their presentations to the games. Like, they're gonna say that, they're gonna show this to the people, to the world. Say, hey, this is a game that we created. We're gonna show it to you guys. We're gonna show you gameplay of it, or just like some cinema, whatever they put into it, and then date or not date, and then see if you guys aren't gonna buy it. But the question is, like, what if we want to just get a little gameplay of it? Yeah, yes, the gameplay was involved into the presentation, but just to play like into their own hands, so just to get a good taste, and they have to. I feel like they should. I'm not saying all the games. It doesn't have to be all the games. Like, not like maybe.
Ooh. Do you think they should drop the demo that's been playable for Metroid Prime 4 on the eShop for people to try too? The opening segment, they show her in the, on the battle planet.
Oh, dude,
fighting.
I will 100% play that right away, like, just to play it. I'm because I'm just glazing on Metroid Prime 4. Sorry about that, but
oh my god, we're glazing so hard.
But it's hard, man. It's really hard to, like.
I think I'm gonna cut you off here. I'm gonna interject. You can keep going, but let me say this: if they're gonna keep doing this bullshit where it's like 30 minutes,
yeah,
and it's only the very beginning, where like you don't even have like some of your abilities, or like you don't get to see the really interesting areas of the game, don't even bother. Don't even bother, because that happened with the other demo I was talking about. I forget the game. It was Mario and Donkey Kong. It was like a 2D game. It was a puzzle one. It already, it didn't look super exciting, but I like puzzle platformers, so it's like I could have been impressed and like pushed to care. But bro, it was like the first two stages and they were boring as hell. And then that was it. And I'm telling you, I've played demos. Like there was a game called shout out to Kato. It's you play as a cat and a piece of buttered toast.
That's
and
funny.
when you put the toast on the cat can fly. But they gave you the whole first world. That's like 8 or 9 levels. And like by the end of it, I was getting comfy in my seat. I was like, we're having a session here, I'm enjoying this. We're kicking back. And then damn, the freaking thing comes up where it's like, thank you for playing. I'm like, fuck, I was having a good time. And I was like, I want more of that. That's a good demo. That Sonic Racing Cross Worlds network test, that was great. That was 3 full days. I mean, I don't love those as much, but they do the same thing where it's like, hey, you want to spend fucking 3 full days trying this? Go ahead. And they give you access to the single player stuff. They let you play online and try out some of their multiplayer modes. That's the opposite of 30 minutes, right? Of the beginning area. So you can do it right and you can do it wrong. Don't bother if you're gonna pull this bullshit like you just did with Bananza. I can't believe it's 30 fucking minutes, bro. Like you can't even get comfy in your seat. You go up and get a drink, the demo's over. like what kind of crap is that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, so for yeah, like sorry for cutting you off. I know you were still popping off. So yeah, you were saying they should do it, even though there is a chance, like I mentioned, it could be a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It could work against the game. It could work for it. It could get someone who was on the fence to fall onto either side of it, where they're like, actually, no thanks, not me, or hells yeah, I'm a Metroid Prime fan now. Because I think that demo would be good, dude. That shit, oh my god. The cutscenes for that opening section in the Switch 2 preview demo is freaking amazing. They're so beautiful. And I mean, the combat looks great too, but it presents really well and it's super action packed. There's all this crap happening. Like that would be a great one. I hope they do it because I want Metroid Prime to succeed. And I think a demo like that could be the thing that helps it get it over the edge and into the zeitgeist in a way that Metroid really hasn't. It's not a series that sells well for them, even though it is it's arguably my favorite series. I mean, it's competing with Smash, but it is between that one and Smash and I guess Zelda now at this point. The 3D games, they're fucking banging. Like it's up there, but not for everybody else. And I think giving people a taste would be right. So yeah, I think we're in agreement there where they should do it. Will they do it? I don't know. It's all going to come down to how these games start succeeding. Because right now, we remember, like, there's a lot of Switches out there. There's still not a lot of Switch 2s. So, like, how much could they have sold realistically? Like, it kind of depresses me, honestly, how much Breath of the Wild has sold to date. Because 30 million, that's like historic success right there for any game. But there's 150 million Switches out there.
Yeah.
Like, why hasn't it sold 100 million copies? Like, there's just a lot of people out there who just, they see something perfect, like Breath of the Wild, and they don't see the same thing I see. And maybe if you gave them a chance to try it and not make them go to fucking Target to do it, it could change their mind. Because I'm on that demo train. I'm pro demo. And hopefully Nintendo becomes pro demo too, for their sake and mine, because of my new motto. But I'm luckily, Scuffy, this is something we skipped, but you have access to Bananza. You can play the full game right now if you wanted to.
I do, yeah.
So my final question for you on the Donkey Kong section we've done here is, Why do you hate Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Wow, that's a question that.
It's a loaded question, bro. I'm coming in hard. Why do you hate this game? Why won't you just play the game?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna speak out Nintendo from here from this point on, and I think this is me, bro. This is me, and I hate to say this to these guys. I think I fell off these games so hard because these games are
Oh, because you got Mario Kart World too, right?
yeah, no, well, yeah, but I'm talking about like more like platform games, like Mario.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm talking about like Mario, like Super Mario Brothers, Mario Galaxy. Um, I don't know what it is, but these games, I hate to say this, bro. I hate to say
You
this.
better be. Hey, I'm gonna warn you right now. Mario Galaxy is still one of my top 5 games. Mario Odyssey's in my top 20. Tread lightly. I know where you live.
There's no,
Tread lightly.
there is no hate to these games. These games are awesome. I'll say that, right?
Uh
But,
huh.
but I think the reason why I stopped playing these games and never finish it because these games for me is because I am a gamer. I am a hardcore gamer, but I think these games are just too easy for me. 100% in these type of games. I think that's the reason
Oh.
why I just don't play these because I can see how easy with the E and a Z with the super easy mode for me seems to me in my perspective view that these games just don't have attention from me unless I see some very complicated games like um dude, you know what game's hard for me right now? And I'm throwing this off topic. Mega Man Battle Network. I am struggling with that shit. That's a game for me to play right there. But Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, Donkey Kong Bonanzas that I see like later, like that I see similar to Mario Odyssey. These and I think I'm gonna put this on here because I did taste a bit on my computer. Don't ban me, Nintendo. I put like Kirby's Forgotten Island on here or Forgotten
Oh, that's
Land.
a different story. That is supposed to be easy.
But dude, for me, I think these games are super easy for me. And I think that's the reason why I stop. I just not say stop. I just maybe just won't play it for me, to be honest. So, and to be real, I'm not hating. I'm not hating the characters. We're already gonna. See, the way I see it, very simple stories, very simple mechanics. The difficulty is not gonna be hard or super easy. It's or super like baby mode. It's gonna be for me. It's literally on the easy mode, and no matter what it is, I think that's the reason why I just don't play these kind of games in my perspective, thought, and view.
Interesting. I was not expecting that. Because I mean, I think I agree. Yeah, they're not Dark Souls for sure. Like I'm not over here banging my head every time I boot up Mario Odyssey or Galaxy. Definitely not Kirby. Kirby is it is weird. I don't know how to explain why Forgotten Land is so fun and why I love it so much. Because you're right, it's not difficult, but it feels good. Like that game nailed what playing as Kirby in a 3D space should feel like and now does feel like. And we don't need to go on that tangent, but I will say this. Is there a 3D platformer that is perfect for you? Maybe you just aren't a 3D platformer guy.
Mario Sunshine.
Cuz I can't. Oh, well that I've been playing that one too, dog. That game is mean.
That game is fun for me.
I
I think
feel
that's a
like
good
that game hates
that's a
you.
good reasonable hard. For me, that game was complicated. I'll say that right off the bat. Like the one
You're
island,
not wrong.
the
This is
haunted
very
island
true.
one, the haunted island one, dude. That I was struggling, bro. Dead ass. Like I was really like getting irritated. I'm like, okay, where the fuck is this thing at? Like what I was looking for, the your little shine sun thing, or
Sprites, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is. I see these games very easy for me. I don't. Maybe I'm just that good, even though I never played the game already. You know, so.
Yeah, interesting. I don't disagree with you there. Odyssey or Sunshine, because you are also like handling his flood. So you're not just like jumping and stuff like that. Like you have to be precise and use the different the tools perfectly. So it is more complicated on that front. But man, are you talking about like those levels where he doesn't have the flood and he's just like in a weird space and he has to do things without he's like running around with just his
Oh no!
his
I'm just talking about in general. I thought
in
like yeah,
general.
in
Oh
general,
wow.
yeah,
Oh okay.
yeah.
All right. No, yeah. And that's an interesting game too. It is more like Odyssey and 64 than Galaxy. Like there is a little bit of that like exploring the level,
And I think I would like to play
interacting with
more.
things.
I would rather play. To be fair, like the only games that I would probably really be glazing on if I was playing Mario games is only probably Mario N64 and Mario Sunshine, and that's about it. Nothing else.
All the new gen stuff sucks. You're an old gen guy because those are the first two 3D Marios.
Yeah, but like here's the thing
64
though,
and then
I don't see them like as
64
yes,
is tough
it is
too.
new gen, but
It is tough.
like I said earlier though, these games look easy to. I need something that kind of irritates me, So
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, I agreed. 64 and Odyssey or 64 and Sunshine are a little bit more difficult. I don't think it's exactly because of game design difficulty, like level design. I think it's more just kind of bad level design at times and the way they fuck with I honestly feel like the programmers they were fucking with the player. Like they had legit malice toward them and were showing it in the game design decisions they
yeah,
were making. Because I'm playing through. I played through a good chunk of 64, but I didn't get too far. And then I've been playing a lot of Sunshine. So it was fun returning to that. But there is some fuckery there that I'm like, oh my god, sometimes it just feels mean. But I could see that. Yeah, yeah. There's a maybe difficulty issue there, and I don't know how they could address that. I don't think making the whole game, because you got to remember, at the end of the day, they want to make family friendly titles. They don't want to alienate the younger demographic because the games are like really hard now and nobody except the most seasoned gamer can play them. People have been playing games for decades. They want to make them approachable. So I don't see them ever going super hard in the paint game design wise with any of their 3D platformer stuff. But at the same time, I do implore that you do check these out because there are later levels. Like you do got to work through good chunks of the game. But at the same time, I love the way they control too. Like I kind of just love the way they control and how it feels to move around in Galaxy and Odyssey and even those two harder Marios you were talking about. I just enjoy everything about 3D platforming, and it doesn't necessarily need to be difficult for me. So I think part of it maybe is you honestly just you're not a big 3D platformer guy, because I think you would enjoy even the easier stuff if you were, but maybe I'm wrong too. Maybe they'd be more popular if they were more difficult. If you can get your hands on Astro Boy or Astrobot for PS5, that'd be cool if you could try that. That one game of the year last year, it's a 3D platformer. People say it's one of the best. Maybe it's more difficult. Maybe that's the kind of that you need. I don't know, but I think Donkey Kong might be the one, dude, because this one, it's really combat focused. So you're gonna have to do like legitimate combat against enemies and figure out the best way to beat them, because Donkey Kong can like lift up the ground and throw rocks and like roll into people and just like straight up punch them. So I think that extra combat element to it could end up making this one the 3D platformer for you. Unfortunately, this demo is not going to be the one to show you it, because you can't even get out of the opening area because they only give you 30 minutes to try. But you do have access to the full game, and I do hope you do give it a fair shake at some point, because I know your Switch 2 catalog isn't. I know you're deep into Battle Network, so you don't have all the time. But I think from my impressions of it, this one might have the difficulty you'd need, not just in combat, but also in some of the platforming, because I think you're gonna have to make your own platforms and your own paths, with the terrain that you destroy, and you have to destroy it the right way. In some of these puzzle rooms I've seen,
Yeah.
they were actually legitimately interesting. So yeah, hopefully this one ends up being the best. Hey, I mean, is Sunshine your favorite 3D platformer ever?
For Mario, yeah. I had to be real with that.
Maybe this one can be your new number one. And
Well, it's not Mario, it's Donkey Kong. So that's a whole different.
well, bro, I'm saying 3D platformer. You know, like just 3D platforming in general. Like it's not Mario, obviously, but I think if you give it a chance, because I've the moment I saw it, I was like, I think this might be my new favorite. I think it looked great, but I haven't had the chance to try it. But I think you should. I have a feeling you'll be pleasantly surprised. Like, thank you for checking out the demo. That was very insightful, and I'm very disappointed in it. But you also had the full game nearby, near you. So hopefully you give that a spin soon and report back to me how you feel about it after playing. Like, give it a good shake, dude. Get like 2 or 3 levels deep into that one before you make your final decision.
I'll probably be muted before we get talk again, so.
I mean, yeah, if it's going to be another 3 or 4 months from now, or 7 months. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing.